Hello, beautiful people. Good morning. It's a beautiful Wednesday morning here in the nation's capital, Abuja. And if you check time, it is time to talk sport. And I am Samuel Odi, and I'll be bringing you big stories from local, international scene, ranging from football, basketball, boxing, cricket, and also athletics. There's a whole lot going on in the sports scene, and I'm trust to know that I will be bringing you most of all these big stories, starting from athletics, like I mentioned, and also the NFF are also seeking to get a new coach for the Nigerian Super Eagles, and also preparation for Olympics, where Francisca and Odera Elizabeth are being dropped out from the 18 women list. I almost said a man there, from the 18 women list for the Olympics 2024, which is going to be happening in Paris. So all of this and more would be coming in this segment. Even Victor Osimhen now is looking to start his preseason with Napoli, while waiting to know if he's going to get clipped off or get shipped off by Arsenal or Manchester United, or even Chelsea, or perhaps PSG. So a lot of this and more to come. So I'm starting, as usual, from the home front, and then I'm taking all the way to the Southwest Athletics Conference. Yes, Ogun State hosts Southwest Athletic Conference. Ogun State will host the inaugural Southwest Athletic Conference from Thursday, July the 4th and 5th in Abeokuta, the state capital, in a bid to revitalize athletics in the Southwest region. According to the secretary of the organizing committee, Emefiong Udobong, the two-day conference seeks to revitalize support for athletics in the region and also serve as a framework to identify and nurturing talented players in the next 4 years. Ogun State Athletic Association, chaired by Chief Abijo, who has accepted the responsibility of hosting the maiden edition. Ogun State Governor Prince Debo Abiodun will be the guest of honor alongside governors of Oyo, Lagos State, Ekiti State, Ondo, and as well Osun State. Top coaches and athletes experts will also convene to kickstart a new era in the region of sports. The conference will further diversify topics including elite competitions, school sports engagement, athletics, welfare, and governance. All of this is things that will be extracted and be looked into in the two-day conference that will be kickstarting tomorrow in Ogun State, Abeokuta, the state capital. You know, it's very, very key that Ogun State is, and the governor, Abiodun Dapo Abiodun, is paying so much attention to grassroots development of sports. This conference is set to explore every angle. That's why you'll be having competitions from school, because for the next 4 years, this association in Ogun State is looking to get fresh and new talents, not just for the state, but as well for the country at large, and also for giving this young athletes room for them to be able to explore and then show how talented they are. So this is something that is very, very welcoming, and other states other regions should also take a page off their book and then see to it that sports is something that keeps revolving and keeps, happening on a daily, because most of these youths of the streets need something to get themselves engaged, and then these avenues are always welcome. And kudos to the governor of Ogun State and the chairperson of the athletics committee in Ogun. So moving on, still on the local scene, we'll be talking now about Quadri Haruna. Yes, Quadri Haruna returns for a $250,000 WTT star contender in Bangkok. After missing the WTT contender event in Lagos and Tunisia last month, Quadri is back to action at the WTT Star Contender Bangkok 2024, which will be held in Thailand, rather. As one of the top seeds of the Nigerian men's single, the Nigerian aims to bolster his ranking points ahead of the Paris 2024 Olympic Games. Currently ranking 16 by the International Table Tennis Federation, Haruna could secure a spot among the top 16 seeds in the men's single in Paris, with only 2 of the 5 top-ranked Chinese players competing. Haruna stands out as the sole African star competing against the star-studded lineup in Bangkok. Ta King plays at the Hamakor Indoor Stadium. Having missed the 2023 edition of Lagos event, he was scheduled to compete at the second edition of the Lagos event, which was held at the Molode Okoya Toma Hall at Teslim Balogun Stadium, Surulere, Lagos. But he withdrew days before the tournament. Yes, so this is welcoming, despite having personal challenges. He had his own share of challenges in the earlier months of the year, where he complained about WTT not remitting his prize money. But the African number one table tennis champion, who is Quadri Haruna, is set to take on his next challenge in Thailand. So this is welcoming, and we are so super excited to see Quadri back. He's the leading table tennis player in Nigeria, so we are certain that he's going to go to Thailand and make us proud. Yeah, he's ranked among the top 16 in the world, which is something good, but we are looking for him to, up that rank, maybe get to the 7th, 5th, or even to the first position in this competition. So he's running and seeing if he can be able to clinch the prize money of a whopping $250,000. So Quadri, go Quadri, go Quadri. We are all rooting for you back here at home, and trust Sport is going to bring you every details of that event. So moving on to the Super Falcons, Odegaard Onome excluded from Falcons Olympic squad. The CSKA Moscow women forward Francisca Odegaard and the Israel-based defender Onome Ibe has been left out of the Super Falcons 18-player list for the women's football event of the Paris 2024 Olympics, as Nigerians look forward to the announcement of Randy Waldron's squad for the games. The Paris Olympics will be held from July 26th to August 11th. The 2 top officials of the Nigerian Football Federation have tried to impose Odegaard on a relentless coaching, but coach Randy Waldron another report stated that Onome tried to force her way into the team. However, a source at the NFF told newsmen that both players will play no part in the Falcons campaign in Paris. I can barely tell you that both players will not be part of the Olympic squad. Coach Randy is in charge of the team, and if he says he needs both players tomorrow, it's his choice. But as we speak, both players end in the team, our source stated. Waldron reports instance of excluding Odegaard from the Olympics team, and the forward voiced her desire to play at the Olympics in Paris. I even asked if Francisca speaking now, if Waldron really do not want her to be on the team, he should just say it so I can focus on my club career. It is very embarrassing to hear I am being imposed on the coach after all the sacrifice and hard work to make the country proud. So now this is a sad commentary coming from Francisca, because she says she has put in the whole work and then her best to be in the club, to be with the Super Falcons, but now Randy Waldron is saying he doesn't want her on the team. He doesn't want her and Ibe on the team, with best reasons known to him. But Waldron hasn't come out to literally tell us that, yes, I don't want these guys on my team. He has his reasons, but we still need to look at. Source told us that he said she's trying to force her way back, but her results have shown when she represented the Super Falcons, the results were there. She was able to create plays, scored goals even for the Super Falcons, and then she always comes back whenever she's being called, injury or no injury. So for Waldron to say he doesn't want her on the team, well, let's see how that pans out in the next couple of months, because in the next couple of days, basically, because on July 26th, Olympics kicks off, and then it's just going to run from 26 to 11. So now we need to know everything that's happening as we get braced up and warmed up for Olympics 2024 in Paris. Or if you've not gotten your flight ticket, you should go ahead, get that, because Olympics is here already. So let's talk about it. Let's talk a little bit of Nigerian Professional Football League. Stars tackles Dosun Joseph FC in a friendly. Yes, this is just going to be like an all-star game where the NFF stars came together to play. And then when is this happening? This is actually happening today. Some notable Nigerian Professional Football League players will take on Dosun Joseph's FC on Wednesday today in a friendly match starting at 8 a.m. So the match is ongoing at this point at the Rehabilitation Mini Stadium, Ojodu Bega, Lagos. Among the NFF players expected to be in action are Super Eagles and Romeo Star goalkeeper Kayode Bankole, Benga Adelowo, and Joshua Akpan, both of Shooting Stars Sporting Club FC. Others are Abdullahi Lawal of Shooting Stars Agbaga and David Ojukwu, formerly of Eyimba and currently playing for a club in Bangladesh. The friendly match provides an opportunity for NFF players and their foreign-based counterparts to franchise with themselves and as ranking file of their former club. Joseph Dosun's FC, the convener of the event, John Dosun, a goalkeeper trainer at 3FC, said, "We are looking forward to a friendly match scheduled for today, and all the players in both teams are fully ready for the game. It is going to be fun, exciting, and glamorous game. The venue would be filled to the brim because many of these Nigerian professional stars started their football career in Lagos." So this is welcoming because now this is also going to give room for those that are playing in the NNL and those playing overseas to come together and then foster and then learn from each other, and probably for those that have not gotten so far in their career would be able to have so much to learn and probably get more opportunities for them to foster their career, and even probably one of these days get a call up to come represent the Super Eagles. I will be going on a very, very quick breaker, and then when I come back, I'll be talking about the Nigeria Super Eagles free men that are all playing. So you just stay right back there. When I come back, the Talk Sports continues. Many thanks for staying with me. And now let's talk about free men of Nigeria, like Nigerian stars seeking new clubs. Yes, as the 2024 summer transfer market continues to gather momentum, Abiodun Adewale spotlights Nigerian stars who are currently out of contract abroad and expected to make career changing moves before next season. Now, the first person on this list is Wilfred Ndidi. Yes, we all know that Wilfred Ndidi is playing for Leicester, and he played a major role for Leicester United to be able to make it their way all through back to the the English Premier League, which they were once-time winners, and then they now relegated all through down to the League Cups. No, finally they are back to the Premier League. Now, Wilfred Ndidi played a very massive role for all of that to happen, and now he is set to leave at the end of June. I just wanted to let you know, at the end of the month of June, Ndidi officially became a free agent following the expiration of his contract with Leicester City. He had just helped the club secure promotion back to the Premier League and he is set to move. He is set to move. The club offered him a new contract which he is not willing to accept. So his contract expired in the month of June after helping them secure a lead or secure a win back to the Nigerian Premier League, and now he's not willing to take a new contract. This is his reasons. The 27-year-old had rejected a new deal from the club, meaning he could join a new club in the coming days. The Fox, however, announced some new list of released players on Tuesday, but the midfielder was not listed, suggesting talks might still be ongoing with the former Genk player for an improved new contract. Indeed, he has been linked with a move to Barcelona, Everton, Galatasaray, Tobrasa and Marseille. His wage demand was said to have hampered the French giants from securing his service. Spanish giants Barcelona are probably waiting to grab him for free. He joined Leicester in January 2027 from Genk, and he made 273 appearances for the Fox across all competitions, scoring 17 goals and 17 assists. Yes, Wilfred Ndidi has played a major role for Leicester City, but now he's ready, and then he has braced up and he's willing to leave. He's willing to try something new. Now we have massive clubs that are actually seeking to get him to their own side. Talking about now Barcelona, talking about Everton, talking about Marseille, even some other big teams. So in Saudi Arabia, but do I think he should move away? Well, I was of the opinion that he should stay put for one more season with Leicester United, but probably the wages and what he really deserves is not what is coming forth from Leicester United. So I guess that's the reason why he wants to move. But for a club like Barcelona to be seeking his qualities, then Wilfred Ndidi has something in his bag that he's doing very well, and I feel he's definitely going to get more exposure when he gets to Barcelona, and probably advance more in his career, and then other big teams as well would be looking out for him. The 27-year-old is actually on his prime, and he's actually doing super well, scoring 17 goals as a defensive midfielder and creating 17 assists in 237 appearances. That is one of the records that you rarely see from a defensive midfielder. Moving on, we are talking about the senior man. Yes, Kelechi Iheanacho. After 7 years at King's Power Stadium, the former Manchester City player and now former Leicester FC player specialist Iheanacho was released by the club at the end of the 2023-2024 season. Before his exit, speculations about potential move to Saudi Arabia, Turkey, and even the Premier League were rife. Aston Villa were the only EPL side currently linking with the 27-year-old, while MLS side Shettled Shoulders are also said to be in the race to sign him. The Nigerian scored 61 goals and provided 34 assists in 232 games. Appearance for Leicester. Iheanacho's most productive season with Fox was the 2020-2021 campaign, when he scored 19 goals in 39 matches. He also scooped one EPL Premier League of the Month award that season. So Iheanacho was excellent during his time, and then the 2020-2021 season was the era when Leicester United, swept most of the big Premier League clubs, and they got to clinch the win of the Premier League trophy. So that was what happened then, and now he's setting. So afterwards, it has been Manchester City all through. When he left from Manchester City down to Leicester United, he was able to play properly, play well, scored lots of goals, and as well helped his team to secure the win. He was also a one-time Player of the Month award winner. Let's move on to Gabriel Osho. Gabriel Osho's contract with relegated Luton Town expired at the end of June, although there has been news about an extension for the uncapped Nigerian defender. He had been with the Hunters since 2020, and he signed his last extension ahead of their campaign in the EPL last season. While nothing has been heard from the haters, the 25-year-old is said to be on the radar of Tottenham Hotspur, who have already welcomed Mickey Van, Dan Van, and Rudy Garnish over the past two transfer. markets, but all still looking to shore up with their backline. The defender has also been linked with Sheffield United. Gabriel Osho is one amazing and very, very talented player who is yet to get a call-up. I don't know why that is taking so much time for him to get call-up to the Super Eagles, but we are still keeping our fingers crossed and hoping that happens soon. His contract expired in the month of June, and now he's looking to try new things. But now Luton are not willing to let him go. But now he is very young and have great potential to fit in Tottenham and other big teams in England and anywhere around the world. But right now he's looking for something better and bigger, because Luton now is literally not giving him that which he deserves, which is, you know, advancing forward and getting off the relegation stage which they have been in a very, very long time. So let's see how that plays out for him in the coming weeks, as the transfer market is very, very much wide open. So moving on, let's talk about Victor Osimhen. Victor Osimhen begins pre-season with Napoli. As per Footballer International, Victor Osimhen is expected to start the preseason with Napoli next week, aimed the direct of the offer of the Nigerian international, who had been linked with Arsenal, Chelsea, Manchester United, PSG, and others. Although new Napolian coach Antonio Conte has admitted that the striker is not in his plans for next season. He could meet Osimhen in Castel Veneto next week ahead of the 2024-2025 season. Osimhen has a 130 million clause, including his own contracts and the perpetuities, which is an international stumbling block for his suitors, especially in the English Premier League. As a result, the price tag was lowered to £100 million, with Manchester United said to have prepared a cash plus player swap, which will see Denmark striker Ramos Honjo join Napoli. Arsenal are also said to be preparing a second approach for the 25-year-old after the price slash, but according to Daily Sport, Arsenal prefer Victor Gyökeres to Osimhen, even if they also consider the Sporting striker's 100 million clause too high. However, Gyökeres has a lower salary than Osimhen, so the Gunners are focused on him currently. Chelsea, on the other hand, have changed their plans targeted after the appointment of the Italian Enzo Maresca. Yes, Chelsea are still keen into getting Osimhen down to North London, down to London to just, you know, be part of the team. You know, I've always said it. Victor Osimhen is someone that I feel will fit in properly with Chelsea because of the style of play. I don't see him fitting in Arsenal. But now Arsenal are also trying to chicken out and back off, because one, Arsenal don't really like spending so much money when it comes to getting players. You know, 100 million is a lot, but they should be able to spend that, because they spend, I think, 110 or 120 thereabout for Declan Rice. So now you need a striker who helped Napoli come out from a decade of being trophyless. He helped them win their first ever trophy in the last 4 decades, and who this past season as well, despite injuries, he was the second highest goal scorer for the entire Serie A division, and he was the highest goal scorer for Napoli. So if you want quality, you want talent, you want someone who is going to hold it down, and someone who is always going to deliver week in and week out, day in and day out, healthy or not healthy, but if he is on the field of play, he is always going to deliver, and that man is Victor Osimhen. Despite all the things going on between him and the NFF and Finidi George, he's still a very, very great player. So we would see what plays out within him, Arsenal, Chelsea, Manchester United, PSG, or even Napoli. But Anthony Couture came out to say that he is not sure that Victor Osimhen is part of his plans. How wouldn't you want someone as great as Victor Osimhen to be part of your plans? Let's see how that pans out. He might still remain in Napoli, or probably find himself in probably Arsenal, Manchester United, or even Chelsea as the week unfolds. So let's move on all the way down to Euros. Yes, we are moving all the way down to Euros. Austria and Turkey Turkey defeated Austria 2-1, facing now Turkey are ready to face Netherlands in the Euro 2024 quarter final. A wild, raw, February night of the tournament football, as it should be, teams playing as if their lives depended on it. It and many people in red fascinating, bouncing up and down in the rain. The outstanding game of the round of 16, no less, decided at the death by a save by the heavens by Turkish goalkeeper Meret Gunan, launching himself in a claw away Christopher Brenham's goal upon header. When it was put to Ralph Radrick, the Australian manager, whose reputation was undergone a rehabilitation here, that the save was the bracket of Gordon's Banks for the Pele at Grandrella in June 1970. He replied simply, "This is correct." Detecting an elimination Australia simply had not expected. He's obviously tried to score, but it's difficult if he got Gordon's back in the goal. Australia came with their engineered pressing mode put in place by Reddick and a hell of a lot of belief, given the 6-1 squad they've given the Turkish in Venice in March. So this is more like a revenge for Turkey, because they suffered a 6-1 defeat from Australia in the month of March. And now, where it matters the most, the Turkish side came out and then they, proved that yes, that they are deserving to head to the next stage of the competition, which is the quarterfinals. So now in the quarterfinals now, they'll be facing Netherlands, and then that is going to be happening sometime this weekend. And we are hoping to see another beautiful night of football, because Gordon Banks was like the lifesaver of the Turkish side yesterday. It was an amazing game. Both teams came out to play. Like it was said, the engineered pressing mode. Both teams were pressing until at the end of the 90th minute, the Turkish side had the better laugh and then the last laugh. So the last laugh matters the most, because they lost 6-1 to Austria in the month of March, and now when it matters the most, which is in Euros, in the 2024, they were able to clinch a win in the most crucial game of their night. Now let's see what plans out between Netherlands and Turkey in the coming days. Moving on, they are still talking about Euros, Romania and Netherlands. Netherlands knocked off Romania 3-0 to secure their own spot in the quarterfinals, which they will be facing Turkey on the eve of their tie against Romania. Cody Gakpo said the Netherlands were approaching this as the start of a new tournament, which is a very, very good mentality to get in with. The Netherlands haven't been performing so well, and they qualified as one of the best losers. But now the synergy, the chemistry between players and coach is now showing forth for them to be able to defeat Romania 3-0 in the tournament. So this approach now, taking it all afresh, that they are coming in fresh to be able to focus more and win the game. This is something amazing for the Netherlands. So let's see what happens in the next match between them. But there are still more results with their best performance of the tournament, which is very, very true. Ronaldo Koeman's side delivered with an uttered dominant Dutch players, inspired by Gakpo himself, who got a goal and an assist after scrapping through as one of the 4 best third place side. They will go into their first Euro quarterfinal in 16 years against Turkey on Saturday night in Berlin, brimming with confidence for an under-pressure Koeman. Perhaps more important than the win was the performance, one that will ease the pressure from the Dutch media, who has not held back since their defeat to Austria. The win is important, but we are Dutch. In Holland, we have to play well and play offensive football, said Koeman. This whole performance was outstanding, and that's what we need to have a chance. This is the level, and if we go down, we won't reach the finals. Instead, the Dutch manager. You see, this is what it just means about getting involved and then being hyped to perform very, very well. Yes, last night was recorded the best performance ever from the Dutch side. They were able to create plays. They played tactical football, which is more of offense, and then more offense and defense. They played more like the 4-5-1, the 4-1-4-1 formation, which is massive attack and then massive defense. So these guys were at it last night, and they really gave it all their best, and they were still able to secure a 3-0 win. Despite the guys who almost knocked them out in the group stages, Australia couldn't make it through to the quarterfinals. But now Netherlands and Turkey are set to face each other come Sunday. Who is going to be the one to get through to the next round? We would get you that story by the weekend. And we'll be moving straight into the transfer room. But before we get into that, we would also need to go on a very quick break. And then when we come back, we're talking Chelsea reunite with Karen Desburg Hall. Chelsea have confirmed a new signing, and when we come back, I'll get you the full details of that story. Do stay with me. I'll be right back.
It's time for sports' biggest moments on global television. The headlines, scores, breaking news, and commentaries on sporty events. Talking with the biggest players, strikers, and about the slam dunks and goals, stunning saves, near misses, and upsets. Let's talk about the greatest home runs, comebacks, knockdowns, and victories. Talk sports with the king of sports, Anthony Momodu. Weekdays, 10 a.m. Don't miss out.
Beautiful work from the wingers.
Are you ready to be entertained like never before? Get ready to dive into the latest and greatest entertainment news in lifestyle, music, movies, birthday celebration, and so much more, all on Entertainment Circle on Global Television. From the hottest red carpet event to exclusive interviews with your favorite stars, we've got you covered. Stay up to date with the latest trends and news from the entertainment world, all in one place. Tune in every Saturday by 1 p.m. with Chung Annabelle Joseph on Global Television.
In an ever-busy world, the increasing challenge of keeping track of health matters can be extremely demanding. Follow the latest health tips and trends on Health Guide on Global Television on Tuesday at 3 p.m. Health Guide on Global Television. Put your health first. Get ready for it. Inside Today brings you issues relating to family, peer pressure, drugs, substance abuse, societal and topical issues making rounds. Join Jumaine Manson on Global Television Monday to Thursday and a repeat every Friday. Time 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. Don't miss out.
Hello, children. Gather around, let me tell you a story.
Do you know that stories have a way of captivating the minds of children, bringing fun and imagination to teach them morals? Join Sharon Ajay as she takes you to explore the thrilling and exciting world of storytelling.
I'll be sharing with you our next interesting story.
Tune in every Saturday on Global Television, time 5:30 p.m.
With every government and introduction of new policies, businesses of all kinds and sizes seize the opportunity to evolve and redefine themselves. Business Point on Global Television is where we follow the money and put the facts and figures right in front of you. Watch Business Points every Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. as Kikelamo Okeri tracks all the latest developments across critical sectors. Business Points. This is business.
Are you a food lover? Do you care about your
Yes, many thanks for joining us, or joining me rather, on Talk Sport. And yes, moving on, talking transfers now. Chelsea have confirmed the signing of the midfield Karim Desborg-Hall from Leicester City. Yes, the midfielder. Mail Sport reported earlier that this week that the club has agreed a deal worth £30 million with Desborg-Hall joining on a 5-year deal. The club have now taken to the social media to welcome the 25-year-old to Stamford Bridge. The Hall, who is a product of Leicester's academy, arrives with almost 200 senior appearances, including 80 in the English Premier League. His arrival is already the fourth of the summer after Omari Kelly with £19 million deal from Aston Villa, Marcus Gurner's £5 million transfer from Barcelona, and Tosin Aderibos, who joins as a free agent after his contract at Fulham expired. Yes, so we're welcoming you, yes, to the Blues. This is a great guy that helped Leicester got their way all the way back to the Premier League, and he was amazing. He's an amazing midfielder, which is one of the spice or qualities that Chelsea has been missing this past season. So come and welcome to the Blues Hall, and then we are hoping to see you get to work and then help Chelsea get better. But I was also thinking there are more stronger and more better midfielders that Chelsea to get. But Enzo Maresca is a great coach and he knows what he's doing. So we're hoping that this move is actually a great move. Now let's talk about the former or still Manchester United player who is on loan in Borussia Dortmund. Sancho opens to Juventus move. La Gazzetta dello Sport claims that Jadon Sancho is open to joining Juventus in the summer, but the Borussian are working on a loan deal with Manchester United. Manchester United wants a permanent transfer for 50 million euros. Of course, yes, is what it. Sancho is worth 50 million euros. Manchester United winger Sancho is open to joining Juventus this summer. The Pink Pair Records that the English winger had already agreed to move to Turin on a loan in January transfer window, but ex-coach Mauricio Allegri rejected the chance to sign him as Sancho was not suitable for his 3-5-2 system after a 6-month loan spell at Borussia Dortmund. Are you serious? Sancho has not changed his stance on a move to Juventus and who would gladly move to Turin this summer. According to Gaza, Sancho is not on Manchester United plans for next season, but the Red Devils want at least 40 to 50 million to sell him to Juventus. On the other hand, pushing for a loan deal. In this case, Manchester United would also need to pay part of Sancho's 8.5 million yearly salary. So at the end of the day, loan or no loan is a win-win for these players. But now, for the coach of Borussia Dortmund to say that Sancho doesn't fit in his 3-5-2 formation is just alarming, because this guy played a very key role and scored goals that even helped Borussia Dortmund qualify or get it get to the finals of the UEFA Champions League where they had to face the Galacticos. So now I'm just so surprised that all of this is coming up, but let's see what happens. It's football, and Sancho is a great player. Do I see him fitting in Juventus? Yes, because he has played in Germany. So going to the Serie A is almost the same kind of play, and his experience from Premier League is also going to help foster his growth. Sancho is a great player, and we wish him the best. But on the other hand, Manchester United should also look at ways to see if him and Erik ten Hag would be able to work amicably, because the main reason why he's on loan is because these two guys are not seeing each other eye to eye. That is talking about Erik ten Hag now and Jadon Sancho. So let's see what happens in the coming months, if he's going to remain in Dortmund on loan or gets sold to Juventus, or maybe come back home to Manchester United. I know probably Sammy would be saying, that is Samson would be saying, we don't want him, but you should want him. He's a great player. Let's move on, still talking transfers. The Madrid interested in Saliba. The Galacticos have seen something special in Saliba, according to Cut Up Offside, where Real Madrid are interested in the Arsenal centre-back William Saliba. They went to say that the Arsenal has no intention of selling, but the Champions League winner have asked for more information on him. Real Madrid also looking to sign Lille defender Lenny Yaro this summer, but have been linked with several others in the last few weeks. Too, the 18-year-old Frenchman remains their top target through recent Ricardo Carfagno was reported to as a potential target for Luis Blasco, but was quickly dismissed. Yaro's compatriots continue to grow, and he has been a regular for France at Euro 2024. Real Madrid were linked to Saliba back in October, and it may be that they are elevating their options down the line. This guy is super great, and for a team like Real Madrid to be coming for William Saliba, that means he has this Galactical spirit in him. He is willing to take the hits, puts his body on the line, and to make sure that nobody gets an easy goal from his own end. There's something I always say about Real Madrid. Real Madrid gets younger players who have the potentials to be great, puts you under players and coaches like Ancelotti, and then now having someone like Rudiger now, who has done it everywhere in Marseille, done it with Chelsea, and now doing it and winning actually with Real Madrid. You are going to have so much to learn. So not just from the coach, but also from the players. So this is what Real Madrid is about: getting young players, spending big on these young players, and as well getting the result that they require. So Arsenal not looking to let go, because they really need to strengthen their backline because of the 2024-2025 season that is around the corner, starting off in the month of August. So Arsenal need all the firepower that they need behind backline, in the midfield, and also in the attacking force, because they always say, we are looking forward to next season. Arsenal has actually come from being top 4 now to top 2. Now let's see if they are going to be the champions of the 2024-2025 season. Kudos to Arsenal for all the good work. Mikel Arteta is doing a very great job with the team, and let's see if he will let Williams go, or if he's going to maintain with his stance that no, Williams is not going anywhere. William Saliba is not going anywhere. Now let's move on to the Serie A, where Milan is in talks with Lukaku. Milan are in talks with Chelsea and Romelu Lukaku. According to the Gazette, two more Blues players have been mentioned during negotiations between the clubs. Garen Chukwuemeka and Turner Chalobah. Milan have identified Lukaku as a possible summer reinforcement in attack, given that Manchester United are currently leading the race for Bologan star Joshua Zirkzee. Galantis de Maros and Gazette reports that Milan are in talks with Lukaku and Chelsea, hoping to reach an economic agreement with both parties. Milan don't want to match Chelsea's £40 million asking price for the Belgian striker, and according to Gunners, they are working on the loan deal. The alternative plan to sign Lukaku permanently, but for a lower transfer fee. One important detail regarding the striker's salary is that Lukaku can still benefit from growth degree, having spent the last 2 seasons in Italy with Inter and Roma. At the same time, according to Gernard, Milan are also considering signing 2 more Blues footballers. The Pink Pepper confirms interest in promising midfielder Chukwuemeka, while Chelsea have reportedly offered Chalobah for the Rolston. So this is just like, yes, give me this and give me this guy and I give you this guy. No, I want this guy. No, you can't have this guy. This is the guy that I think you can have. For Lukaku now, Lukaku used to be a very, very great player, but I don't know what happened in the long run of his career. And looking forward, and we're just hoping to see that he gets back to winning ways. But midfielder now, Chukwuemeka, who was very, very crucial in the last 6-7 games that Chelsea played before the end of the 2023-2024 season, he was actually spectacular, and we're just hoping that Chelsea wouldn't throw that away. Moving on now, let's talk a little bit about basketball transfers. Yes, so Paul George has now parted ways with the LA Clippers and have found himself with the Philadelphia Sixers for a whipping sum of $212 million. Yes, so that is what he's going to be earning, and then his annual salary would be 53 million naira. Another big story coming out from the NBA is for you to know that Klay Thompson has now joined Dallas Mavericks. So LeBron James' plan of getting cut from his pay so Lakers can be able to land Klay Thompson didn't work out. He preferred to play with Luka and Kyrie Irving and then joining the 3 power force of the Mavericks, because the Mavericks almost made it to the finals of the NBA this season, and then hoping to have a repeat of that next season. But let's see how that plans out. Another big story coming out from the NBA is that LeBron James' son, Bronny James, have made his way to the NBA, and he is now a confirmed Laker, not a Laker by association because of his dad, but a confirmed Lakers player. He is now a rookie, the second rookie that was drafted in the 55th pick of the NBA. He started off his practice with the team earlier hours of today, and he is keen and ready to getting busy to work. So now a whole lot of critics have come out to say that Bronny James is going to live in the shadows of his father, and then he is set to clear all those doubts out. It's been argued that he is not as good as his father, given at the point where his father is at 19 years old. His father made it to the NBA at 18, but Bronny is making it to the NBA at 19. So now let's see what happens, because the father was already carrying teams on his back at 19 years old. But a legend of NBA, who is Dwayne came out to say that Bronny James is confident that Bronny James is going to silence all the critics and then make his own path. You know, he was named James Jr., LeBron James Jr., but Bronny had to change his own name because he said, one, he wants to stand on his own and he doesn't want to be in his father's shadows, and he's going to create his own path and then create his own legacy. We all know that LeBron James is an all-time scorer of the NBA. He's still going with over 33,000 points scored in all games since the past 20 years that he has been in the NBA. LeBron James is 38 years old and will be turning 39 this year. So we'll see if his dream of playing with his son is here. So let's see if he's going to continue for the next, after this season, for the 2024-2025 season, or he's going to retire after a year playing with his son. And that's how much time will permit us to bring you on today's edition of Talk Sport, and I'll be seeing you all tomorrow with the King of Sport as we bring you more juicy and elaborate stories of sport. You have an amazing day ahead. Hydrate yourself and be clean. Have a great day ahead. Good morning.